The Royal Rumble is this Saturday evening, and of course that means we're on the road to WrestleMania. But while we're all speculating who's going to win the Royal Rumble match to get the big championship opportunity, one of the other real fun parts of a Royal Rumble match is surprise entrance, and that's what we're going to focus on here today. We're going to look at all the potential people who could be surprise entrants in the Women's Royal Rumble. Now, quick disclaimer, not every single person is going to be a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble. What I'm going to do though, I'm going to talk about names that have been suggested, and I'm going to go with my top picks, and also going to give ratings to every name out of 10 of how likely they will be. So without further ado, let's not waste any time and get straight into it. And this is potentially who could be the surprise entrance in the Royal Rumble match 2023 for the women. And we'll start things off with none other than Beth Phoenix, a legend, a former Divas champion, and of course famously was actually written off of WWE TV via Rhea Ripley and Judgment Day at Extreme Rules last year, forcing Edge to say "I quit." Beth Phoenix suffered a concerto, so I think actually there's quite a likelihood this could happen. Beth will look for revenge against Rhea Ripley at some point. The Royal Rumble match is a great surprise element to do so, to bring her back to WWE TV. Now, the likelihood for this, in my opinion, is probably about a 7 out of 10, but for me, in my personal feelings, I really think that this one can happen, so I'm actually going to predict it will happen. The next name we're going to talk about is someone on the Raw roster who's not been on TV as of late, but I think she could make her return at the Rumble. Asuka, of course, a favourite, the first ever winner of a Women's Royal Rumble match back in 2018. One impact if she could come back and do it again this year in 2023. Many have suggested that she could be away and could come back with a character change. Maybe Kana, that sort of role, could come back into the Asuka character coming back into WWE. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a heel Asuka, or if we've seen the Asuka that we've seen previously. Either way, I think this is a safe prediction. I think that Asuka will be a part of the Royal Rumble match. Like I say, we're going into WrestleMania, the biggest season of the year. She's someone who could do very well in a Royal Rumble match as well. I expect her to come, someone that could be a journey person in the match as well. Somewhere at the beginning, perhaps in the middle. I'm going to rate this one a 9 out of 10 of likelihood. And speaking of Asuka, how about Kairi Sane? Now, I know I'm going outside of the box here. Of course, she's been a part of Stardom since leaving WWE. She was a part of Wrestle Kingdom, involved with Mercedes Moné, of course, the former Sasha Banks. Well, of course, we had WWE talent a part of Wrestle Kingdom. So, is WWE going to call a favour back? We've seen it in the rumour mill that WWE have interest in Kairi Sane to come in for a Royal Rumble match as a cameo outside of the box. Forbidden door, if you will. I think could be a lot of fun and could make a lot of sense. We could even have a moment where we have Kairi Sane, Asuka and Io Sky in the match at the same time, maybe all as allies or even as enemies. I mean, we mentioned the Kabuki Warriors history of Kairi Sane. We know that her and Io Sky are meant to be like best friends through their NXT days as well, and they have a lot of history in Japan together. So for me, I think this would be a lot of fun if it did happen. I'm going to say that I think it's a 50-50 chance, a 5 out of 10 this could happen, but still for me, it's something that I really want to see happen. And I know I mentioned this name, Mercedes Moné. Look, she's not a part on the WWE roster page anymore. She's been moved to the alumni section. I don't think it's going to happen. I'd love to see her come back. I think it'd be awesome. What a big moment. We'd all be talking about it if Sasha Banks returned, but it looks like she's doing her own thing at the minute. So for me, I'm going for actually probably a 1 out of 10 for this one. And for me, for the longest time, you know me, if you've been watching this channel, I thought she was coming back to WWE, but it doesn't seem to be happening anytime in the near future. But speaking of that walkout of Sasha Banks, someone I think will come back is her tag team partner, Naomi. I think will return to WWE, and I think the Royal Rumble could be the perfect place to do so. There is a potential though that it could be a backlash of "we want Sasha chance." I really hope that's not the case. Naomi is very talented within her own right. She's been a former multiple time women's champion, I believe on the SmackDown brand it was, of course, back in 2017. And I think if she was to return, perhaps she could be a future member of the Bloodline. I think that'd be awesome. Married to Jimmy Uso, they could have the full set of collection of championship gold going for the SmackDown Women's Championship. I wouldn't be surprised actually if she returned. She could be an outside bet to win. For me, as likelihood, I'm going to go with like a 7 out of 10 that she could return at this match. For me personally though, looking at the rumour mill, seeing like the likes of Wrestle Talk discussing it as well, that apparently have been talks that have been positive with Naomi and WWE. So it's more of a when rather than if she'll return to the company. But will it be the Royal Rumble this Saturday? We'll have to wait and see. Speaking of people making their returns, how about Chelsea Green? Of course, she's left Impact Wrestling. There's been multiple rumours suggesting that she was on her way to WWE. She did say she was going home when she left Impact. Will she get a fair run on Raw or SmackDown moving forward? We'll have to wait and see. A lot of people speculate that Chelsea Green will be a part of this Royal Rumble, even talk about as well her real life husband Matt Cardona as well for the men. We'll save that for the men's video though. For me, Chelsea Green seems like a likelihood. She's not appeared anywhere else when she's left Impact Wrestling a good couple of months ago now, so I expect that she could be WWE bound. Now, whether it's actually going to be Raw, SmackDown or NXT remains to be seen, but for the Royal Rumble, seems like it'd be a lot of fun for her to appear at this show. So I'm going to go for a 7 out of 10. Quick one from the WWE roster, Lacey Evans, I think could return at the Royal Rumble. You need to fill the spots. Lacey's had the video packages now for how many weeks on WWE TV? The Cobra Clutch seems to be coming in as well. She seems to be going full on Sergeant Slaughter. Let's see what happens when she does return to WWE. I think this one seems very, very likely. Going to go 9 out of 10 for Lacey to be in the Rumble. Moving down to NXT, let's talk Indy Hartwell to begin with. I think for me personally, not been a women's champion, she's been there for a very long time. It feels like the time could be right for her to come up to a Raw or SmackDown. My choice would be Monday Night Raw. She could team with Candice LeRae. They've always got the contingency of the way on Monday nights with Johnny Gargano, Dexter Lumis and even Austin Theory if they wanted to go that far into it. For me, Indy Hartwell does seem a shoo-in for a future spot on Monday Night Raw, and for me, the Royal Rumble could be the right place to bring her in full-time on the main roster. So for me, I'm going to say the likelihood of this one, because she still feels she's got some unfinished business of wanting to win the NXT Women's Championship. I'm going to go for like a 7 out of 10, but at the same time, I do think that this one has got legs. But another one I think could be a shoo-in for the Royal Rumble as well is Cora Jade. Cora Jade, of course, is someone that WWE are very high on. Apparently, rumours are, if you believe the dirt sheets, that she could be seen as the next Sasha Banks. Well, what a great way then to give us some exposure in the Royal Rumble, saying that this is one of our top talents in NXT, that someone's got a very, very bright future. You can just imagine Michael Cole saying that right now in their headset to us at home. It just feels a shoo-in for me. I think if someone is going to come up from NXT, Cora Jade just could be that other person. In fact, I think it could be even more likely than Indy Hartwell. I'm going 8 out of 10. My last name I'm going to go though from NXT is Wendy Chu. She's not really got a placement, it feels, in NXT right now, going for a women's championship. She's certainly got a character and gimmick sorted out. I think it's something that could connect with a Raw or SmackDown should they find the right way to fit her into storytelling. So for me, she could be someone that could fit in nicely into a Royal Rumble match. For me, I'm going to go 5 out of 10 for this one, because they could pick anyone from NXT, and like I say, I don't think they'll bring a host of names from NXT. I think you're more likely to get other people that are legends or outsiders into WWE for the Royal Rumble match. It feels they want to keep NXT separate more recently, but like I say, 1 or 2 names. Cora Jade seems to me be the favourite. Indy Hartwell will be my second. Wendy Chu would be my third if they had to go and do that. Well, lastly, let's talk about the WWE legends, shall we? I mean, we've got the likes of the usual suspects, I guess. Trish Stratus, Lita, Molly Holly, Tori Wilson, Kelly Kelly, the Bella Twins, all have been used in Royal Rumbles in the past. If you want to bring that old school style power in, those are the names that seem to be your go-to, your former champions. Now, to say really if they're going to be brought in, I'd like to see them actually use more than a Rumble cameo, but we'll have to wait and see what will go down, especially like a Trish Stratus. You can imagine a dream match with someone like Bayley at WrestleMania could be a lot of fun. Same with Lita as well if they were to do that. Lita was around last year and stuck around for a match at the Elimination Chamber. I would like to see the Bella Twins go for those tag team titles at some stage, but well, after the comments I've seen going around on Twitter, the little clip that's been going around, I'm not sure if they will be in the Royal Rumble match as such, but we'll have to wait and see. But for me, it's the usual suspects. I'm going to go for 6 out of 10. I expect maybe 2 or 3 of them of this lineup that could be put in the match. But that's the names that I've put out for you. Let's go with the ones that I think are most likely to be in the match. I've given sort of the numbers already, but if I had to make a full-on prediction, I'm going to say Beth Phoenix, I think, will be in the Royal Rumble match, coming for Rhea Ripley. I think Asuka will make her return to the Royal Rumble and to the Raw brand. Lacey Evans certainly will for the SmackDown brand as well. I think Naomi, I'm going to go out and say that she will come back, and she always has great Rumble spots as well. I do want to say Kairi Sane just because I want it to happen. Chelsea Green, and I'm going to say Cora Jade and Indy Hartwell are your most likely of this lineup. But that's what I think. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this video, please do consider hitting the like button. Share with a friend as well. Word of mouth goes a long way helping a YouTube channel grow, just like it is hitting the like button as well. Subscribe if you're new to SCW as well, and why not drop a comment in the comments below. Is there a name I've missed? I'd like to know if there's some names I have missed, and if you agree with some of the names that have been mentioned in this video, which ones do you see being surprise entrants in the Royal Rumble? Perhaps with the names we've all put together, surprised no more. But thank you all for watching anyway. Hope you've enjoyed it. There is some other Royal Rumble content already available on the channel, and of course predictions will be coming on Thursday. There will also be a special live Q&A in the form of a Royal Rumble match as well, with multiple guests joining on Friday. So plenty of reasons to keep around on SCW. But thanks for watching. Have yourselves a great day. See you all next time.